He's late.
Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears... He managed to steal ducal wine, and it was he who specified the victims for the vampire.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who... We found him. All. A man had paid to sign the lease. A man... Well, there, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling...
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted. Fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to...
The Mandragora.
A club. An affiliation of local art.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique. Consciously, I think. All arrive in elaborate masks.
Gotta nab the Cintrian.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does...
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go...
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
Good. Welcome to the capital of Toussaint. I should double rolls, just in case. Audacious rat, the Cintrian. But we'll get him. Let's go!
Oh.
Is that what this is?
Bender.
Old Gotish found his way to the Bordello, no doubt.
The famed Geralt of Rivia, lover of witches and succubi.
Giddy up. Faster. That's it, Roach.
The guard brings to our domains. Flaunted trick and brought in chain.
Whoa!
Race fuss, water no wine.
It's a crime.
Excuse me?
There is no excuse. There is...
All jests aside,
I'm...
thanks.
Ever your servant, sir.
Go, go.
Mama says that this number is really what
Reginald Dawes has returned, not to be missed.
Come on, Roach.
At the estate of Durand de Sarin.
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. My, Geralt. Not bad at all. And you've even a mask. Just not the kind required.
Huh?
They're a little different, the ones Mandragora members wear. I've brought you one. Put it on.
Any idea?
Likely because they mad. The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrat.
Let's go. Soiree.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain. How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Tell us about these...
This evening, the first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be...
Shame.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers.
We were really...
You are admirers.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd.
I don't...
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress, there on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless.
Kaveri orchid. Let's look for it.
Have you seen the Skelliger Isles? But your own house in order first.
With me? Please not. False move.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you.
Toss a paintball to good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you and modern art?
Silence. The artist must focus. Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array. Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array.
Good to see you, Geralt.
I got it! It's the Sorito!
It's not a landscape, Clem. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
Sure to be in one of the alcoves.
Should you tire
Greetings,
of these
Richard.
hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array. Should you tire them in the pail and grab a different.
Please
Should
do
you
not disturb.
tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and
Grit,
grab a
good to see you, Geralt. She ought to be in one of the alcoves.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array.
Come, let's see the alcoves. She ought to be in one of the alcoves.
How fair. Good health.
Left
My
is
deepest How fair.
Your words as you've made no effort. It's a metaphor of the context. Our
Take care.
My deepest. How fair.
If they can't agree,
Come, let's look in the
Should
alcoves.
you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different array.
greetings.
Good health to you. Beg your pardon. You're sick somewhere. You're right.
Do you
Good health.
No.
Good health to you.
good to see you?
Have you seen the skeletal idols? Besides,
Leave us speak. Please leave. This is a private alcove.
Wine! The breakfast of never should. We are busy.
my deepest regards.
Consider yourself greeted.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Left is
About to burst from a surfeit of beauty. Things are good.
good health to you.
Good to see.
Naught is nearly as fun as a...
Ah, how beautiful.
I beg your pardon.
The dolphins. That no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
I was prepared for... Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmeffant-garde. It's... Two things. Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but... pretentious. Do not disturb! Shoo, shoo!
It's the right flower.
Of course it is! A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still! You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Villesse.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna and...
At one point, the palace chamberlain even...
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. I've always longed to...
I think... you may still get your chance.
We came here.
To meet me?
Centrian noble you came here with.
Cintrian noble. Ah!
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia,
Really like to talk to him.
like many here, tall,
Know where he might be now.
he gave Cecilia a small gift. A hug.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot...
I beg your pardon.
Help to you.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume, a gift from the Centurion, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Throw off the manners of form. Venture beyond the bounds of
No.
tradition.
Perhaps
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Color is but the shadow of deliberations on the nature of existence. It is irrelevant to the work's content.
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
It's fine. Relax. Master Buvo.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come. We must consider what to do.
I recognize that voice anywhere.
You making me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh. Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for
She's in her dressing room, where she went.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered. A black beard peeping out from under his mask. And his...
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs. That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana. At once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Handprint. It's his. Killed her, then went out on the balcony. Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Broke the flower pot pretty strong door, then stepped in the soil. Must have climbed this ladder. Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it, hard, then sank to the floor. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this, must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle. Bloodstains. Jewelry box. Locks busted. Picked open, probably. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Empty inkwell, knocked over, turned toward the room. Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like. Locked. No key in sight. Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. With one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found...
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurion's killed his last.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males bad. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the...
Fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than... A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be a...
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you...
Yes. He stood up...
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been...
So it is not... Is this the only evidence?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter.
Duntine.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral...
Know any more about this
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team.
Oriana, everything we discussed, word gets out, he, failed in his attempt to steal...
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect...
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana.
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence...
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victim...
Not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole...
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of...
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana. She left court when we were children. My
What did your sister...
Sienna...
Parents run afoul of some...
No. She was born at an inopportune moment.
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth.
She was angry at the whole. I recall one such situation. She persuaded... We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. Sienna knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had. That Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace.
Think your sister...
You see...
Here, that's normal for sister.
True. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did it, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Sienna received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl, someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxury.
Your new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Sienna is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
Can't guarantee her safety, unfortunately. Especially if she's one of those responsible for these crimes.
Witcher, that was not a request.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined resources to the Witcher's hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only two options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a Witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a Witcher,
and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detloff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renner.
Oriana.
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair.
But I shall tell you all about her.
Guessing it's no accident.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed.
Mm-hmm. Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract...
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detloff. Good luck, my friend.
Splendidly, Detloff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to two exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out? You have exceptional friends. This Detloff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know.
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those.
So what is?
Sensitive, sad. He can't.
Didn't expect that.
Neither did I. But
Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix's mill. It stands along the Saône-Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight.
Whatever.
Another murder by the horrid
Slow
beast.
now.
Milton the Peyrac Peyran falls victim to his own cowardice. Struck again, citizens.